Welcome to today's video presentation. We're going to spend some time today talking about importing bank statements into 2020 Construction Cloud. So the first thing we want to do is get into our accounting dashboard, and that's where we are right now. You can get there simply by clicking on the logo menu and then going into accounting, and that will take you right into your accounting dashboard. And here we can see a visual presentation of the different bank accounts, the different journals that we have set up in 2020 Construction Cloud Accounting. So the first thing that I want to do here is we'll just look at this first account. This is an American Express credit card account. I'm going to click on the More here and go to our bank statements, and we'll be able to see a listing of all of the different bank statements that we have. We could click Create and we could see all the transactions that are on that bank statement manually, but in this segment what we want to do is import those that we have downloaded from, in this case, American Express. So I'm going to go back to that dashboard and I'm going to click More, and I'm going to click this link here to import a statement. The first thing it asks us is to select the bank statement file to import. So I'm going to go get the statement. Here it is, my bank statement, CSV format, and hit Open. And then I'm going to import it. Okay, oftentimes when you import your file, you're going to get a screen that might look like this, and it doesn't really look that easy. So if we look down here, we can see, oh, well, what's all this information, all these columns and all these details. Each one of these essentially is representing a line that's in that file. And these lines are broken down, all these fields are broken down by a separator. So you can see that each one of these is actually separated by a semicolon, but in our default setup, we're expecting a comma. So that's why it's not breaking out the fields. So I'm just going to go ahead and change this into a semicolon, and it will more effectively break out the data in that downloaded file so that we can see it easier on the screen here. So a couple of things to point out. First of all, we want to make sure that we have this button checked. The first row contains the label of the column. So this very first row, these are all of the headers in the file that I downloaded. And the next row here, these are the available fields from 2020 Construction Cloud. So you'll notice that column 1 right here has a date and it looks like a day of the week. Well, that's not something that we can import into 2020 Construction Cloud, but we do have a date. So we're going to take the date, and you can see that it automatically selected it here. Column 2 is blank. Column 3, it automatically picked it as the reference. This next one looks like the partner, so this is our vendor or our customer. The one issue that we have with selecting this and associating it to a partner is 2020 will actually look for this partner, Amazon Video on Demand. In our system, you may have Amazon as a vendor. It might be called Amazon.com, it might be Amazon, it might be Amazon Video on Demand. But unless it matches exactly, then we're going to get an error. So in order to make it easier for us and reduce the errors, I'm going to uncheck this and not try to match the partners at this time. And then we're going to go ahead and we're just going to actually call this a label, because label is a required. So that way we'll be able to see this information when we're going through and we're doing our reconciliation. So after we get this information, we line it up with the fields that we need inside of 2020 Construction Cloud. The next thing that we're going to want to do here is up at the top left hand, we have a button that says Validate. And we're going to click that button. It's going to read through all of the data in this file to make sure that it matches up right and make sure that it's going to be successfully imported into the system. If not, we'll have a listing of errors that we'll need to fix and make sure that that file fits the criteria to be successfully imported. Okay, great. So we receive a message that says everything seems valid. So that lets us know that we're good to import this. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit the import button, and we're going to take all of those transactions from that bank statement and we're going to import them into a 2020 bank statement. Okay, great. And that takes us right back to our dashboard. So now if we go back to that American Express widget and we click on More and we go to bank statements, we're going to see a new statement here that does not have a reference. starting balance with ending balance. Now we can click on this and we can edit it and give it a January 2017. And we can see all of the details that we've imported into this bank statement, put in an ending balance, whatever that is. And then we're ready to go to the next step, which is the reconciliation. You can see that we can do that right here from this screen. We're going to save that for another little video. So hopefully this has been helpful in showing you how to get your information from your bank into 2020 Construction Cloud. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video presentation.